So today I wake up and then oh look, it's been a month since I last uploaded. Maybe I should do it again. That's exactly how it went. Don't worry about it. Anyhow, so I'll explain why I didn't upload later, but at first I gotta address this thing, alright? Second created Spirit Scepter. Second created, that's pretty good. You wanna know something else? It's not good. You wanna know why it's not good? Because just the day I put this in, it was the first one. Okay, and so basically, if you guys don't know how this works, it's basically first created, second created. It basically means that it was the first Spirit Scepter to be put into the museum. So to go from first to second, it's not exactly theoretically possible unless it's Hypixel. Incredible! Hypixel is a flawless game with no bugs at all. I can even show a screenshot. I can literally show a screenshot. It says first created. Heroic Spirit Scepter. Literally a couple of days ago. Incredible. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. For the next part of this video, I'll explain why I didn't upload for an entire month. If you're wondering, I'm not dead. I didn't die. I also did not get COVID. It was a cold that was gone after like one day. So, basically, right, it's school. That's the simple answer. The harder answer, I mean, the more complicated answer, what did I say? The more complicated answer, okay, I have a great accent, actually. The more complicated answer is that homework. That's the more detailed and complicated answer. Yes, I'm laughing at my own jokes. It is very depressing. Anyhow. So, like, it's great. Everything's fine. And then grade 8 starts, right? And then I just get that, like, one video because I was sick, and then I was like, I don't know what to upload. Like, what should I possibly upload? So I was just like, okay, so I have more clips in my thing, so I just, more clips in my, yeah. I literally have a lot of clips. Okay, I wasn't supposed to do that, but, well, same thing. I can make myself not get distracted while, yeah, it's fine, whatever. Okay, that's not the point. I need to... So the point is, right, homework and then school. So grade 8 started, I was like, woohoo, I can still it'll just be, like, slightly harder than grade 7. Am I right? Am I right, dude? It's gonna only be slightly harder. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna make it through alright. What could possibly go wrong? And then everything goes absolutely horribly wrong because I am an absolute idiot and did not realize how freaking hard and challenging and mentally destroying grade 8 would be. Would you like to take a guess what happened, perhaps? Basically, right? Everything bad that could have happened. So, like 2 weeks into the school year, and the first week into the school year was, like, perfectly fine, it was, like, great and everything. Nothing was too difficult. It was just freaking studying science, math, and playing a little bit of, like, icebreaker games that I hated. Ah, well, it's better than studying, am I right? So, I, continued doing grade 8, and everything's fine. And then the teacher starts to actually assign us homework, and then I was like, okay, a little bit of math homework, you know, normal things. Right. I do most of my homework because the teacher's like, I give you this, you do half of this in class, you do half of this at school. And I'm like, okay, that's easy enough, and then I just do the entire thing at school. That's basically how I roll. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that because it's hilarious. Anyhow, and then I just went like, okay. And then sometimes I just have like a little bit of homework to do at home, you know. And so I do that. And of course, and of course, that's not how it works because I am an absolute idiot. Wait, no, that is how it works. No, I'm just getting myself confused now. Please ignore me. So, like, yeah. It's not that bad if you think about it, really. It's just a bit, like, I basically don't have that much homework, and then other classes start being serious, and then I'm just like, okay, they're hard, they're mentally tasking, and I can't literally, like, daydream in class anymore, but it's fine, you know, you know, it's fine. And then French test comes up, I get full marks because I am an idiot and a nerd. Like an actual one. It just gets full marks. Just first test of the year, like a week after school starts, casually gets full marks on a French test. 1 out of 2 in my class. Casual flex, anyhow. That's not the point of this video. And then I'm like, yay. But then I don't get too cocky because I realize this French teacher absolutely despises me. Because I had her in grade 2 before, or in grade 5 before. So this is the second time. So, woohoo. So, the teacher gives us a presentation to do, the French teacher that is, and I do the presentation. And we have to do like a sort of a weird, what do you call one of those? Like you have to draw a picture for the presentation, basically. And then the teacher was like, yeah, I give you 3 classes to draw the picture. That should be plenty, and that's like 2 hours. Perfect. And then, absolutely wonderful. Guess what starts to happen? I realize I'm not going to be able to complete it in class. So I just like, I gotta do this for homework. And she's like, sure, you can do that for homework. She didn't actually even laugh. And then I'm just like, okay. And then I go home and I'm like, wait a minute. And then at like 10, okay, and then at like 12 a.m. I'm like, wait a minute. I forgot to do this, and we have French class tomorrow, and I don't want to show up without finishing my work because I'm gonna get lectured for 20 minutes straight. And then, of course, I do my work until like, I don't know, like 1 billion. And then you do it, and then I did the work for like till 2 a.m. I was like, yes, finished. And then I actually, and then just, you know, I actually didn't mess up that hard. For the picture, I actually gotten like almost full marks for the organized, how organized the picture is. But that's literally not the point. The point is, I literally hate myself. Because, yeah, I hate myself. Because, you see, I'm supposed to, like, practice and make creative and complicated sentences to speak during the presentation, but then, as you know, my creativity level is absolutely 0, and my funny level is like 2, so of course I just go for like the most stupid and simple sentences. And I was like, yes, that should please her, because she totally doesn't hate me at all and totally doesn't want to find reasons to give me bad marks. And then of course I just do that. I practice the presentation, and the presentation's like, I want a life, or like, I have a life and I have a heart. Yes. And I was honestly like quite tempted to be like, I have a life, unlike you. It's literally just look at the teacher being like, unlike you. Anyhow, my internet dies again. This is literally just me. This is every single day. My internet's like this. So, basically, right, I stayed up till 1 a.m. trying to do the presentation, and then a week later, I was just like, okay, time to do the not like 2 to 3 days later, not even a week. And then my history teacher's like, I'm gonna give you a map that you will do at home, and it's not a lot of work, so don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. And then guess what? I spent 3 hours coloring the map because I'm an idiot, and I actually didn't get that bad of a mark. I got a 4, which, you know, I don't know if you know the education system, but like the best mark you can get is a 4+. So it's not actually that bad, but it's mainly because I messed up on the questions on the back of the sheet, not the actual map. But that isn't the point, because I also stayed up till like 1 a.m. trying to do the map, coloring the map for like a couple hours straight. So that was absolutely fantastic, as you know. You know, I love coloring, totally not like I totally don't hate it. And then, okay, so a week passes, right, and then my homeroom teacher's like, yes, you will now write this paragraph today. And I'm like, okay. So I write that paragraph that day, and then I was like, okay, I finished. However, I want to do better, so I will do the paragraph again at home. And so I spent 2 hours on that. It's one paragraph. Okay, so it's like one full page basically. It's one full page, and it took me 2 hours because it was a descriptive paragraph. I'm like, yes, I shall write it like a story, even though my teacher told me no, don't write it like a story. Even though I was like, it wasn't exactly a story. It was more like a, what do you call that? I don't know. It was more like a, what am I supposed to call it? It's more like a, supposed to describing your surroundings kind of thing. And up until this point, you may be like, oh, that's not so bad. It's not like you're getting tortured at school and getting left copious amounts of homework or anything. But no, the point was, I get homework even after school. And normally I usually try to finish all my work at school, which I was actually pretty fast at. And then, honestly, I didn't mention this point, but then every single day, I'm completely wiped out and exhausted from school because I have to wear a mask the entire day. And I also talk a lot, and then I also usually walk home. So I'm just oxygen deprived. I don't know if that's a word or not, but you know, it's just really needs oxygen every single day. And just like I literally go home, I try to read a book, and I would fall asleep until my out of school classes start. Yeah, and I spend 2 hours on that, and then the teacher makes us read a story about two neighbors having a dispute over a piece of land that got brought to court, and the court gave the piece of land to one of the neighbors, and the other neighbor didn't think it was fair. And then they want to kill each other in the forest, so I mean, the reason they want to kill each other is because the neighbor who didn't get the land doesn't think it's fair, so they still hunt on that piece of land. Oh, nice. And then, so, yes. Anyhow, so, and then the point is, right, they basically get trapped under a tree while trying to kill each other in that land they were fighting over. On that piece of land they were fighting over, because of a thunder that made a tree fall on them and then get eaten by wolves after they had a peace agreement. It's a great story, and I'm not gonna lie, you don't want to know why I can you don't want to know why I can summarize it that well, because it's not a good story. Because the teacher made us write about like another 6 to 7 paragraphs on that story. It's like, ask a question, do a summary, and then she still had marked the summary, by the way, because she made us write too many paragraphs. I know, it's absolutely wonderful. Too many paragraphs, so she can't even mark it. She still hadn't marked mine, so yeah. And I already moved on to the next story, so that was pretty hilarious, in my opinion. It's pretty hilarious. No. So then, like, yeah, we write tons of paragraphs. It was great. It was a fun week. More like fun 2 to 3 weeks. Because she didn't make us write like she explained it for one day, and then she made us write it for one day, and then she also had like other things to teach us for sometimes. So it wasn't like completely that horrible. But Maya mentally strained because every single time she's like, okay, write a paragraph at the start of your essay. Write a summary at the start of your paragraph. Right? I'm going insane. So, of course, yeah. So that's why I can't write anymore. If you didn't know, I have an account on this website where I write books because I like writing. It helps creativity. Yeah. Anyhow, that's not good. Okay, die, and then you kill this guy now. Yes. Okay. I'm thinking about writing another book. Honestly, don't ask why. Although I would definitely finish the book that I haven't written in before like starting another book, of course, because I am responsible and a good person. Anyhow, it's not the point. The point is I'm lagging very hard for no apparent reason. Okay, so yeah, and I'm just mentally strained every day. I just want to die. I'm not like die, but like literally just go to sleep the second I get home. And then here comes art. The first art project I ever get. Let me think what it was. I forgot. I know it's something that I didn't finish in time. Oh yeah, you're supposed to draw somebody else, like upside down. You're supposed to draw a man upside down because it apparently helps you draw it more accurately. Which honestly, that's always what I do. I literally just turn the picture until it's upside down. Usually, I just go like, when I draw, I just go like, yes. So I turn my picture a lot. Because I don't know, it helps me draw. I don't even know, but I do that a lot already. But then I draw super slowly. The teacher gave us 3 classes, and I still haven't finished. And it's not like I was getting distracted either. I was getting less distracted than my classmates, and yet I was still doing worse. So I had a half-finished drawing of a man that I had a hand in, and then the next one was you're supposed to draw a portrait of yourself, but like a cartoonist portrait, thankfully. Because if it was a real portrait, I would have failed 1,000%. There was like no way I would have failed 1,000%, dude. Anyhow. Yeah. So it was a portrait of, like a cartoon portrait. And, it was great. I very nearly didn't finish it. So basically I have to finish it last second. In the last class, I finished the portrait. I got a 4 minus. No wait, I also got a 4 on it. Yeah, I also got a 4 on it. And, it was absolutely fantastic. And then the teacher, like the last 20 minutes of the lesson, it's like, alright class. And at that time, at 20 minutes, I still wasn't finished yet. So, you know, you can imagine how painful it was for me. I was like, no, I don't want to do this for homework as well, because because between that, we also did like a shading sheet that I had to do for homework, which I spent another hour on. Yeah, you know, it's not like I want to do it slowly. It's just me. I draw slow. What can you do about it? Anyhow, and then now the teacher's like, alright class, well, I'm going to make you write a paragraph about how you can improve, what are some strengths of your drawing, what are some places of your drawing that you did good in, and what are some parts of your drawing that you did bad in. I'm I'm like, yes, a paragraph. I like 20 minutes. Yeah, that's nice, you know. I simply would love to do a paragraph in the last 20 minutes of the lesson, and even though I'm not even finished my portrait yet. So I'm just like, yes, fantastic. Thankfully I finished it 10 minutes before the lesson ended, and because I'm actually good at writing, I would like to say that, even though I'm not that good at writing, but it's not like it's literacy or anything. It's not literally literacy. It's not literally literacy, which means that, it's fine. Like, I can still, like, yeah, it's fine. I can still, like, I can pass using, like, a goodish paragraph, right? So, I spent 10 minutes writing an entire page, which was actually more than others, a paragraph, so that was very nearly, yeah, it was freaking school stressful, and all at the same time I also get, like, science homework, that, like, math, and also French. Also, if you're wondering what mark I got under French, it was a 3, because my sentences weren't creative enough. Even though they were very creative, like, I have a life, it was unique. Anyhow, not as in I have a life is unique, not as in that I have that sentence, it's unique. Anyhow, like, so, like, yeah, it was absolutely wonderful. And there's something else I want to talk about. I absolutely forgot about it. Well, you know, I have school. Oh yeah, I also have other classes that gives me, like, hours of homework at a time. It's great. I don't even know how I get time to record this video. And then I also don't record YouTube videos all the time, like 100% of the time. I usually just kind of do it, like, maybe, like, 10% of my time, or, like, more than that, like, 50%. It's like the second I say more than that, so it's like, ah, yes, double that. Anyhow, that's not the point. So, like, I just, yeah, school is freaking stressful, and oh yeah, I remember my point now. So, basically, when other YouTubers go like, oh, I didn't upload because I had school, I'm like, baloney, cap, no way, that's false information, I do not believe you. But apparently it's true, because, okay, so this is grade 8. Imagine how high school is like, which most YouTubers are in high school or college, by the way, just, you know, fun fact. And I'm just, imagine how that would be like. Because I'm just in grade 8 and I barely can upload once a month. I'm just, every single time I just go like, cap, no way. Let me experience that. Because I have a friend I met on that writing website I was talking about. Right? And she was like, yes, school, so I cannot update as much. And then I was like, yeah, right, school, you're just lazy, and because you don't have most of your day anymore. Imagine being lazy. And then she still updated her book and started a new one, which my goal before the end of the summer was actually to finish my book before she finished I finished 2 books before she finished 1. As you can see, that didn't go well because I still haven't finished my 2nd book yet. Okay. It just did not go well. And, now I haven't updated that book in like a month. And I honestly put YouTube, YouTube is a priority. It's not, it's more important than writing that book, so, yeah, yeah. It's just funny how, when other people are like, I have school, and I'm just like, cap, no way, that's false information, I do not believe you. And then now I'm just like, oh, never mind, I do believe you. Guess what? Guess you want to know why? It's just so much homework, because I stayed up, like, just to do homework so many times, and I also have, like, other homework, and then I also play Minecraft, and then I also sleep, and then I cannot balance any of those, and then, yeah, it's just horrible.
Okay, so again, I didn't mention this in the video, but I'm adding it now because I just want to say, just school is really tiring. I'm exhausted from school every day, and I just want to go to sleep, but then I can't because I also have other classes besides school, and I also have homework for those classes. So, yep, I hate myself. I'm tired.
Here's a funny story though. Like, our school split recess into two parts, basically. You know, as lunch and snack recess. I don't know if most schools do this. I mean, most schools in Canada probably do this, but yeah. And then because of COVID, they actually went like, okay, so you know how you eat first, normally how you eat first and then you go out for recess? Oh, nice. Wait, that's what normally what happens, right? I haven't been to school, a physical school in a year. Hang on, I didn't remember. No, yeah, it's definitely you eat first and then you go out to recess, not you recess and then eat. Yeah. So like the school's like, you know how you do that? And they're like, yeah, not anymore. Well, we're gonna split you guys into two parts, two halves. Put the school into either red cohort or blue cohort. Sounds fantastic, I know. And you guys want to know why? It's because they want us to be like, okay, so the first cohort eats and then go out for recess, and the second cohort, which is red cohort, so the first cohort is blue cohort, doesn't eat and go out for recess, and then eat and go out for recess.
What I meant was, doesn't eat and then go out for recess and then eats and then you have class starts and blah blah blah.
Also, why Beacon EC? I mean here, not EC. Bug the beacon. Bug the beacon be like. So it's just like, yeah. So, naturally, basically, except two people, two friends are in my class. Actually, no, one friend is in my class, and the rest of my
friends,
are just not in my cohort, yeah, or not in my class. And then I was like, yeah, you know, before they announced the cohorts thing, I was like, yeah, I'll just get to see my friends during recess. It's like whatever, dude. And then they're like, oh, look, we have cohorts now, and we will purposefully split you, like you, purposefully put you, like how we did it with your class, in a cohort where you have 0 friends in. So of course they put me in the only class where I have the least amount of friends in. And so I'm like, okay, maybe they'll switch cohorts, which they did, by the way. And then I'm like, okay, maybe they'll switch cohorts, and then I won't have to go out during the other people's recess. Because some people do that. I just frown on them. They are bad people. So I'm just like, maybe I can do that. Maybe, yeah, it's not gonna be that bad. And then after a month, they're like, okay, guys, we have switched cohorts. Guess what happens? I go in the other, my cohort gets put in the only other, gets put in the blue cohort, which is going outside first, and the only other class was, the only other class with, like, 0 friends in it. Like, so there are 4 classes, right? There are 4 classes, including mine, so when they switch cohorts, there's 50% chance between having, Bloody Sights in my cohort and having Farhan in my cohort, and I was like, yay. You know, I have boy in my, I have Bloody Sights in my cohort, wrong person. I have Bloody Sights in my cohort now. And then of course, like every other person, or every other everything, honestly, it's just like, yes, we will now torture you because your friend Bloody Sights will now be playing basketball and then you will have 0 friends in your cohort to talk to. So for the first 2 recesses in the cohort, I actually just did nothing, like nothing at all. Just stood around, watch other play sports because I hate sports and I do not play sports. Yeah, that was pretty fun. If you didn't realize, that was really fun. That was not painful at all. So anyhow, and then I realized an old friend was also in that cohort. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll talk to him. And then we were like, okay, maybe we'll switch cohorts after a month because, you know, they switched cohorts in October, and then school started in September, so maybe they'll switch cohorts in November. And if you look at your dates, you will realize, unless you can't read, that it is currently November 6th, which means we'll be switching cohorts again. Yeah? No, that's not happening. The teacher says they don't tell us about these kind of stuff. I'm like, okay. They didn't switch our cohort, so I'm gonna have to be stuck talking to one person who is annoying, somewhat. And I cannot have the other cohort in my, because most of my friends are in that cohort. Well, I have Hi Boy, and I have this guy called Ryan, and then I also have Shutong, and then I also have wait, who else? Pretty sure. Oh, Nicholas. And then there's also I keep forgetting names. Arian. Anyhow, so like a lot of people, actually, a lot of people. Oh yeah, and Farhan, Mr. Six. That's not one person again. What's his name? J Reg. This guy, J Reg. Same thing. So like, yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. It's honestly horrible. So most of my friends are in the other class that I didn't get, no cohort was in, so I was just like, okay, whatever, I'm risking it. And then one time I went outside after I finished my lunch in like 5 minutes because I am a fast eater. And now I am always fast eater because, as you can guess, I was like, hey, I actually get to play with my friends for once and talk with them and not like use Discord, because that's how it works right now. I just use Discord to talk with them and I find it really annoying. So of course, and then I was like, maybe I should go out tomorrow. And then I eventually found a schedule for myself. I was like, okay, I will eat lunch in 10 minutes. I will give 10 minutes for me to eat lunch. And then, right, I will simply, after that, I will simply have to go outside when I'm not supposed to, right? So, you know, that's what I do. And now I do that all the time. I feel bad, okay, I'm not supposed to do it, but then after a while, people, like, after a while, which is like this week actually, yeah, I always go outside, but then until last week, somebody else who went outside for the first time got caught, and I don't even know what happened to him, but like he was punished very hard. I went down to get a fork, and so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get a fork, and then I'm gonna go outside after I finish lunch because I forgot my fork at home. And then the next thing I know, it's just like, why did you go outside? And then the friggin' vice principal was there. I know, it was absolutely fantastic. So like, so that was absolutely fantastic. Here's something else, yeah, and then I was just like, well, you know, I'm not going outside today because I will not get hunted by like a billion teachers. And then, later, you see, I realized that, so like, I'm not going outside anymore because I'm freaking scared. And I really do want to go outside and actually have fun with my friends, but the principal's like, no. We also won't be switching your cohorts, unfortunately. So, yeah, school sucks.